Hi, it's me JD and welcome back to my channel. Over the years, a lot of different YouTubers and crafters and card makers especially have made their videos and lists describing their must-have craft supplies or crafty tools or craft items. I've decided to take my own spin on this theme and test out these so-called must-have craft supplies or must-have crafty tools. And this video is totally not directed at anyone in particular, it's just directed at everybody. Now, it's really, I've seen a lot of craft tools and craft items trending over the past few years, and I've yet to hop aboard the trend, either because of budget or time. I decided that this would be the best time to open up that wallet a little bit and see if these crafty tools are worth my time, worth my money, and particularly worth your time and money. Again, I just want to reiterate that this is my opinion. I'm not second guessing or throwing shade at anyone at all. I also want to add that this video is not sponsored by any of the following craft brands or companies. I bought 9 out of the 10 tools myself. One was given to me without any expectation. So hashtag not sponsored. For those eagle eye viewers, you might have noticed a little change in my craft area. I was getting so stressed out and overwhelmed with the shelving solution that I had before. You know, I could only fit so much on those 2 shelves, and it was stressed me out that if I couldn't fit it on there, I had to purge it, and it made me sad to purge it. So instead of being so overwhelmed by the products, I just decided to buy bigger shelves. Problem solved! So you're gonna hear my truth about all of these products and see if they're actually worth it. Okay, let's get started. So first up, we have this big thing here. This is from Tonic, and it is the Tonic Tim Holtz glass mat, and it is heavy. Wow, it's big. Bigger than I thought it was gonna be. So this is the product that was provided to me with no expectation. Tonic was generous enough to send this over, and I wasn't expecting it. Holy moly, it's huge. Now this media glass mat has been out for a couple of years now. At least a couple of years, it's felt that way, because I feel like everyone has one but me. But the thing is, I've been hesitant to get a new media mat, and I'll tell you why. So when I first started making videos, I just used my top of my IKEA desk with like an easy clean mat every now and then if I needed to do ink blending or some kind of messy project. And my desk was just taking a beating with stains and nicks and tears and all that. And something you should know about my desk, it's a craft desk, it is a editing desk, and it is a writing desk, and it is also the family desk. So I can't have it all to myself, unfortunately. In fact, if you ever hear a voiceover where I'm feeling kind of stressed or down, or see me and I'm not like my particular self, then it's probably because I just paid bills right before. So I need to keep my desk protected, and I got this clear mat, this clear cutting mat, and it's been a workhorse. Like, it's stained, obviously. It's taking a beating as well, but it's kept my desk pretty well protected. But the thing is, after I got this cutting mat, I felt like my videos really started taking off and my YouTube channel started taking off. So I don't know, it probably wasn't the mat, it was, it was a combination of other things, timing and content and what have you. But I guess somewhere in the back of my mind, I feel like this cutting mat is a lucky charm. I know it's silly, but I just wanted to say that there's a little bit of sentimental value in this cutting mat, no matter how icky and stained it gets. So when this media mat came out, I said, well, that's cool, it looks cool, but I don't know if I want to replace what I have with it. Oh my gosh. Oof. Well, I can definitely tell it's high quality. Let's read some of this some of the details of this cutting mat. Let's see, or glass mat, I should say. It's 14 1/4 by 23.75, so a big work surface for you if you are if you make smaller projects like cards like I do. So the thing with glass is that it shouldn't stain, and it's pretty durable. You just can't drop a hammer directly onto the glass surface. Noted, Tim Holtz. Okay, I'm ready. Let's do this. Changing out the mat, people. So ready. I'm excited. Let's go. And I hate it. No, I don't. It's black. It's shiny. It's new. You can see the glare from some of my filming equipment over there. Let me see if I can adjust that. Nope. Whoops. So first impressions, it's really high quality. Definitely tempered glass. Thing I first noticed is that it's shiny, and while that would not affect any other crafting purposes, since I'm a YouTuber, I film, you can see the reflections of my light and some of my filming equipment, which is kind of irksome a little bit. Alright, so if you as a viewer don't mind my lamps, I guess that doesn't, I guess that's not a big deal. So we're here to test the function of this for an average crafter, not a crazy crafty YouTuber that has lighting equipment everywhere. Okay, so I got some Nina cards. My my ring clicks on it. Okay, I've got some Nina cardstock, and let's do some ink blending on it, shall we? I like the grid. I like the straight lines. It helps you align things or center things easily, especially because it has an x-axis and a y-axis there. Okay, enough talking. Okay, I'm blending. I like that I can just blend right on the surface. That's nice. And then there's this white area over here, which I guess if you want to use for watercoloring with mini inks or distress inks, it'll help you see the true color. Now, your average baby wipe. Wow. Cleans up like a dream. Another thing about glass is that I know it can take heat, so if you wanted to heat emboss on this, it'd be no problem. Let's try some alcohol inks. This is also Ranger Tim Holtz alcohol ink I'm using. And drop. Okay, well, it's no use if I don't put it on the mat, is it? There you go. There you go. Come on, JD. What's your problem here? All right. So you guys can't see that, can you? Hello. On the white. Okay. So I'm crafting, I'm alcohol inking, and I accidentally spill some drops onto my mat. Now I know the rubber cutting mat would be stained from experience. So let's see if this gets equally stained. Actually, I'm gonna wipe this one first to see if it cleans up right away, which it does. And I'm gonna let this one over here on the white area sit for a couple seconds to see if the wipe will clean it up in a little bit. Alright, it's been about 20 seconds or so. Let's see. Oh, that cleans up really nicely. I can't talk today. Definitely more resistant to staining than the regular cutting mat back there. Let's squish some distress oxide inks, or distress inks on there. Let's do red. Red always tends to stain things. And Sprite. See if this watercolor distress ink cleans up, which it does. Oh wow. I don't know if I'll get used to that sound. Clink clink. Alright, let's try out this what was it? Easy clean mat that came with it. The one I used, the square one, is also from Tonic, so I assume that this one is manufactured by Tonic too. It fits right on there. Nice. Am I supposed to keep this piece? Does anyone know? I don't know. I'll save it anyway. Alright, let's see here. And the directions said no alcohol ink on this side. But regular inks, let's go for it. Okay. Wipe. I'll use the same. Oops, I'll use the same wipe. So the media mat here cleans up really nicely as well, and it's nice if you're doing some ink blending and you want to switch over to watercolor. You can just pull this off and just work with this within a matter of seconds. Final thoughts about this media mat. I like it. I do. I take back what I said before. I do not hate it. It is it's actually a really great product. I would definitely recommend this if you're looking for some kind of work surface that will not only hold up to all of the different techniques you're doing, whether it be heat, painting, alcohol inks, or dye inks or pigment inks. This will definitely hold up. It will also clean up very nicely too, meaning it won't get as stained as easily as a regular cutting mat or a regular craft mat. If you're not a YouTuber that has crazy lighting, or if you are a YouTuber and you don't care about the lighting, then definitely this mat is definitely on the must-have list. Yes, it's the good size. It's made of great quality glass here. It doesn't feel cheap. It doesn't feel like it's gonna break if you drop something on it, unless it's a hammer, apparently. So definitely recommend this. So if you guys don't mind this reflection over here, I'm just going to leave this mat out while I review the next few products. Okay, so over the last few months, blender brushes have taken over the ink blending world. And one that really kind of took over Instagram and the crafty world were the blender brushes from Tailored Expression. And I'll tell you why it took over, because they were all of uniform size and they're already color coded. With regular blending brushes, no matter where you get them, it comes in a variety of sizes. So, you know, if that works fine. If you know you tend to use blues a little more, you can designate a blue one. Or if you don't use orange that much, you can designate a little one for orange. But if you're someone that likes uniformity, that likes consistency, it might have irked you not to have blender brushes all in the same size and not color-coded. Well, Tailored Expression solved that. They came out with their own brand of blender brushes, and I have them here today. I did not get the first batch of reorders because it's sold out in like a few hours. But I got the second batch. I even got the storage caddy that came with it. And it came with something else in my order. Ah, this thing. It's the cleaner. So we're going to be testing all three products out today. Like I said, I have not even opened it yet. It's still sealed. Alright, so packaging says it's a 1.5 inch bristle head, 6 inch tall brush, fine white bristles, rainbow colored handles. It's a perfectly sized brush head. We'll see about that. And the caddy is sold separately. Ooh! Ew. Oh my gosh, they're so pretty. I mean, if they don't work, they're so pretty to look at. It might be just good craft room decoration, really. They did not lie. It's very soft, very fine little bristles. Oh my gosh, is that soft? Huh. What if I did like an ASMR video where I just use this brush on different surfaces? Rude! It's so soft. Okay, moving on. Very soft bristles. We have confirmed that. Okay, rainbow colored. They did not lie. Definitely have pretty much any color you would need. Packaging away. Let's assemble this storage caddy. And gold. Well, isn't that just a feast for the eyes? My goodness. Oh my gosh. It's so pretty to look at. Oh, okay. I'm trying to lift it up from the side so you guys can see it. with the overhead camera, but it doesn't look like that's gonna work. So I'll put it over here. Oh my goodness, look at it. Wow. Spins without any problem. Oh, there's a non-slip grip underneath the spinny caddy, so it won't slide around on your desk, even on glass. Look, I'm trying to push it. It won't go anywhere. And it's not like I'm gonna get rid of these blending tools. I just want to see what other options I have for ink blending. Let's see, Salty Ocean's probably this color, closest. Ah! Apparently my ink blending tools are getting mad at me. They're rebelling! It went flying across my desk. I almost don't want to do this because they're so pretty and white. But I have to. Okay, so we're gonna get some ink. Ooh, that's soft. Ooh. Seriously, ASMR video. Are you guys down for that? I'm gonna apply it directly to paper to see if that really is a soft blending effect. Now, I know with my regular ink blending tools that the more saturated in color your sponge is, the better you get a blend. So I wonder if it's the same for these brushes. They're blending fine just now. I was just curious. I want to say the instructions online said you don't need to wash these after every use, but it also came with this washing tool, which I don't know how to use. There's no instructions, it just came in this bag. I'm assuming you just scrub it off like that. Make sure you don't get any more on a test area. I guess that's how it works. Seems to be working. Yeah, the brush is stained after use, but it's definitely not carrying any ink into the next project. So, first impressions of the brushes. They're so pretty to look at. They're a feast for the eyes. I like the size of them. I like the weight of them. I like that they're all uniform in size. I love that they're color-coded. The caddy is also nice to have for storage and decoration. The cleaner also works, and as far as the function goes, I would say that I would recommend this. It's definitely a nice must-have product if you're really into ink blending, or just even like a beginner at ink blending. The blender brushes make it really easy to get a nice soft blend and avoid any harsh lines, especially if you haven't gotten used to this thing yet. So yeah, definitely excited to have this on my desk now. I won't forget about you, trust me. But if I'm looking for a nice soft blend where I want to work to build up the layers, then I would definitely pull these out. If I wanted to lay ink down as quickly as possible, I'd probably reach for this guy again. While we're on the topic of tailored expressions, I've also got some sentiment strips, simple strips from the company as well. I paid for these, and what the intent is to make a bunch of different sentiment strips at once and have them on hand for when you need them. Now, I've been doing this on my own for the past few years, just taking the entire stamp set and trying to position it over my MISTI stamp pits, and then I'm left with some sentiments that I have to cut out on my own whenever I need them, like so. This little product might save me some time here. I thought it was genius. I thought it was about time that someone made something like this, just because you see sentiment strips used so often in the card making world. Enough talk, more stamp. This right here is the birthday set, which I thought made total sense to have on hand for when you need it. Pick it up with MISTI. Swing the door over, stamp it down. I stamped it upside down. Ha! No matter, works the same. You're like, JD, a bunch of different stamp companies make sentiment strip stamps, or sub-sentiment stamps. What makes this one so special? Well, it's because it came with this coordinating die that cuts all of these sentiment strips down to size for you. So you have them all on hand. You don't have to do any cutting once you have all of these cut out. So what makes this product genius is that there's these, when I stamped the stamp, there's these little squares on the side. So obviously if the squares don't line up, then you don't have the die in the right position. Since I stamped it upside down, there you go. Now, with that, before I run this through my die cutting machine, I want to test out another crafty must-have. This is purple tape and manufactured by Thermoweb. And I've seen this raved about too. I've just been reluctant to get it because I bought like the bulk version of blue painter's tape, which has been working fine for my purposes. So I was thinking, well, why do I need another, temporary hold tape when I have a bunch? But people say that this tape, it works really well. It doesn't tear your cardstock, and admittedly, sometimes my blue painter's tape does do that. Let's see if this tears anything. Okay, so make sure that's aligned. Tape that down. Okay, let's test this out. Okay, purple tape is holding on. Let's see if it holds on through the die cutting machine. Put this over. In the die cutting machine. How you doing? I think the new die broke my cutting plate. Just kidding, it was already broken to pieces anyway. I need to replace this. Look how warped this is. Yikes. And let's see what we have. Oh my goodness. We have sentiment strips galore. Oh wow, look at that. I didn't have to do any cutting at all or making sure that it's aligned straight on my paper trimmer. It was all done for me. That is really convenient. Doesn't look like any of them are off or crooked or anything like that. This stamp and die cutting set would be great if you were if you wanted to like heat emboss with clear embossing powder on white cardstock. That way you can ink blend any color you need for your sentiment strip. So stamp set definitely works. Die set also works. And finally, the purple tape. I just wanted to run a couple more tests on this. Okay, I want to see if this sticks on Distress ink, Distress Oxide ink, if it pulls any of that up. Rub that on there, and not bad. I yanked on that pretty hard too. But normally I just peel it off like this. And doesn't seem to be any residue pulled up. Really good temporary tape there for the purple tape. I also find it very convenient that it comes in a 1/2 inch size, so with regular blue tape it's like an inch size or bigger and you feel like you're wasting a bunch of tape, but with this, with the slimmer profile, you definitely save yourself some crafty product there. So the simple strips stamp set and the coordinating die set definitely must have. It comes with different stamp sets, so if you wanted like thank you, or I'm sure they're gonna come up with a Christmas card one or one for all the holidays, it's definitely nice to have on hand. So recommend this for sure. So would I recommend the purple tape? Yeah, I definitely would. I would definitely stick to the slimmer size though. I find that that's a little more convenient on the budget than say the wide roll. Unless you're doing a huge masking product, then obviously get the wide roll of purple tape. But if you're just doing simple, temporary holds on dies and die cutting, then the slimmer tape is all you need. Alright, this next product is a ruler. A fancy schmancy Misty cut align, or I shouldn't say Misty, My Sweet Petunia ruler. My Sweet Petunia are the same makers of the Misty Stamping Tool, and they've come out with this ruler. And I thought to myself, why does everyone need a fancy ruler when my, I think $1.50 tea ruler works just fine. This ruler is called the Cut Align because it comes with a slit down the middle of the ruler, so if you need precision cutting with a blade, then you definitely have it. Ah! Alright, instructions. Position the cut align on cardstock. Use a horizontal and vertical guides. Oh. A ruler also has vertical guides, which is nice. To get perfectly accurate placement. Insert cutting blade into the cut align slot and cut media as desired. Clean using ice off, cloth, and acrylic cleaner. So this must be acrylic. Indeed, there is a tiny slit down the middle of the ruler. Comes in two sizes. One is 8-inch, one is 15-inch. We're gonna align it. Okay, I need a blade. Ah! PenBlade jumped out at me. Right. The product also said it was intended for ages 14 and up. So, for those 13 and under, refer to your parents. Now this actually terrifies me, using a knife to cut things. I used to do this before I got a proper paper trimmer. Say that 5 times fast. Just because I'm so clumsy, I'm always afraid that I might lose a finger or two. I'm just gonna be named like Stubby in the future. I'm gonna lose a finger to my Misty magnets and a finger to my PenBlade. Now I'm not using an X-Acto knife. This is just a PenBlade, so I don't know if an X-Acto knife would be sharper. Okay. Okay. Nice. Let's see. Okay. I mean, it does what the product says. It helps you align things. I am just not an expert cutter, or just because I'm clumsy and I'm afraid that I'll get hurt or hurt myself. So I don't know how much I'll be using the cutting feature of this. But here's the thing. I like that this is a nice, sturdy, see-through ruler, and I'll show you why. I have my tea ruler here, and this is my 3rd tea ruler now. This is some flimsy plastic. I mean, you can see how much it wiggles back and forth. So when you're applying it to your surface, it might move or shift a little. This, I mean, you can hear the difference. This is the plastic. This appears to be acrylic, and it's solid. You place that down on your surface, it's not moving anywhere. The vertical grid is nice, so you can align things that way, similar to a tea ruler. So, final thoughts on the cut align. I would recommend this if you're looking for a quality ruler that's substantial, that won't shift on you, that you can cut. If you need something, if you're into making precision cuts with a blade or an X-Acto knife, then yeah, I would definitely recommend this. Alright, so in the middle of editing, I realized that there was a lot of footage that I didn't want to cut out, but I didn't want to make this video super long either, so I'm going to break up this video into 2 parts. The second part of this video will be released shortly, and if you're watching in the future, then it'll be linked down in the description box as well as on the next screen.